Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Broken Theory. Today we got the homie Nick. What's going on?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Blessed, highly favored.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you making some time, man. Let's talk about this music journey. How'd you first get started?
So I've always been into music, but I started playing piano at a young age, and my parents just had an old broken out of tune piano in my house, and I just sat on it one day and just started going crazy. And then since then, it's just progressed. And I had a friend show me Fruity Loops a couple years ago, and then I put it down for a while, and then I don't know, something happened where I had this moment where I feel like I just knew I wanted to make music for a career. So I stopped everything, really. I spent like 6 months to a year not even really making music, just learning constantly, like YouTube what's it called, YouTube University. And just went crazy on YouTube and just learned everything there is to know about Fruity Loops and about music making. And I'm still learning, of course. I'm not saying I'm at the peak, but I wanted to spend a lot of time on the knowledge side first.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to do all of it. Like, I wanted to learn how to mix, master, produce, sing, record, everything. So everything I do is just from my bedroom. And I'm just now getting to the point where I feel like it's like radio quality out of my bedroom studio. So
it's funny you say that. When I was listening to a couple of your tracks before this interview, I definitely felt like the quality was definitely up to radio standard. It was just giving me that radio vibe, like it belongs on the radio, which was
Thank
pretty
you, bro.
dope.
Yeah. That. No, that means the world to me, because it's been such a struggle to get there, and there's so much trial and error that goes in with doing it all yourself. And a lot of disappointment too, because you make a banger in your room and then go to your car and it sounds like shit, or
That's actually the best part, man, because if you can catch it before it goes through, that's the worst, man. There's some songs, bro, that like before they had the opportunity for you to be able to take down and put up songs, that like when I put them out and I heard that mix in the car afterwards, bro, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, now the car test is crucial.
Yeah, I definitely learned that the hard way.
Yeah. And I did do I worked at a little studio, not a little studio, it's actually a pretty solid studio out in Clearwater for a bit. I was just interning there, but I soaked up a lot of knowledge there. I took a master class there and learned how to like do the professional side of mixing and mastering as well. But honestly, just found my place at home doing it all virtually. Like I have one piece of hardware, that's all I need. It's my mic preamp and everything, and yeah, everything else is just digital, and I make it work, I guess.
I feel it. What were some of the things that you couldn't wait to learn how to do?
Well, that's a good question. So I started, before I even wanted to be like an artist, I was obsessed with just like EDM music, and I started just making EDM songs. So my first like real fun thing that I did with music was like learning all the weird effects and all the weird shit you could do. Can we curse, by the way? My bad.
You're good, bro.
Right. I just want to make sure. But what was I saying? Yeah, so just learning all the crazy effects and like all these weird stutter effects and doing crazy weird things with vocals and synths and all this like fun like ear candy stuff that you get from EDM. That was like so exciting and fun for me at first. And then now I feel like it's fun because I could take those elements and put them into like pop, hip hop songs, and do like ear candy stuff that like you don't generally hear in songs, but it's like little tastes of my like electronic flair that I started with. So that's been fun too. Yeah.
When you're working on music, do you, I guess, intentionally say, today I'm gonna make a hip hop beat, today I'm gonna make an EDM beat? How do you kind of navigate doing a little bit of both?
Yeah, so that's like my blessing and curse, is like I can sit down at my computer and I can make a whole song in a day, for the most part. Like, but it's all off the dome, and it's all just like whatever sounds decent at the time. But it's a curse because that's my favorite part, and then I never come back around to a lot of songs. Like I have so many songs sitting on my laptop that are like done, like completely done pretty much. Like still need some work, but for the most part they're written, they're produced out, everything. But like the act of creating is what I got into music for. And so like I could just sit on my computer every single day and create. And then like when it comes time to be technical and finish the song, I lose it sometimes. And so I got to be really strict with myself to come back to songs and make sure that I really put the time in and energy to finish it, even though that's not the most exciting part. But yeah, every time I sit on my computer, I have zero idea what I'm gonna make, and that's kind of the blessing and the curse. Like you just get that feeling sometimes, like this is a hit, or you get that feeling this one's going to the trash, you know.
100%. How are some of the ways that you stay strict with yourself and finishing tracks? You know, I know you said it's hard sometimes, and I know firsthand it is. What are some of the tricks that you use to kind of make sure you stay on track?
So I'm still bad at it, I'm gonna be honest, but I'm working on it. And the thing I kind of force myself to do is like set imaginary deadlines and just like make sure that like I know I would be mad at myself if I didn't put it out by this date or whatever. And it's like there's no label, there's no like I don't plan on signing to a label or nothing, at least in the near future. So like there's no one really on my back like making me put out music, but you just have to like at the end of the day just sit down and be like, what do I want to get out of this? Like nothing's gonna happen if you don't put out music. So you gotta set imaginary deadlines, and it's still something I'm struggling with, honestly, but something I'm really heavily working on.
Hey, the awareness is the first step. I feel like as an artist, once you realize that, you know, something isn't your strong suit, you have two choices. You can either work on it or you can ignore it and act like it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So, you know, you're headed in the right direction, bro, to where it's going to become a strength of yours.
Yeah. And I still, I don't know what the point I was trying to get at there, but yeah, I'm still working on it for sure. But I appreciate that. I try to be cognizant of like the whole process instead of just the creation part. It's been a more recent discovery that I have to like think about the whole thing and so.
As an artist, how do you feel like you found your sound?
That's a good question too. That's something I also struggle with, just because, like I said, like I like creating. I also feel like I've gotten to the point where I could produce pretty well in a lot of different genres. So it's hard for like when people ask me like, what is your sound? I don't generally have an answer for them. Like I have songs out that are pop music. I have songs out that are like rap music. I have songs out that are more EDM. And I just love creating all over the place. So it's like, it's hard to say that I have a sound.
I don't know that, man.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a benefit or not.
For me, bro, like whenever it's like a comparison thing, whenever I try to show somebody new my music, I always ask them who their favorite artist is. So like, I'll know what to show you by that. You know what I mean? Sure, instead of trying to like put it in a box or whatever.
That's a good way to do it, actually. Yeah, 100%. Because it's just all over the place, and like that's
you can kind of gauge it, because there's so many people that listen to all different types, but like, you know, you never know who their favorite is. So it's like, as a multi-genre artist, you got something for everybody, but sometimes you can misread like, you know, who is what. So it's always best to kind of get a little information on that avatar, I guess, of your listening audience. Right.
And maybe I have a question for you, actually. Like, what do you think is better, to like have like a core audience that ride or dies with all your music, but like, or a wider audience, but they only like certain select songs?
I feel like it's the eye of the beholder. You know, if your dream is to be, you know, the Grammys and, you know, all of this wild fame, I feel like the best bet would be, you know, making music everybody likes.
Yeah.
But some of us on the journey, you know, like you said, you just like the art of creating. We just make stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure.
We're just the creatives, and sometimes people know how to package it, sometimes people don't, and that's where the labels, you know, are the professionals at. Because I feel like they don't know how to harness talent, and like they know how to grow it, but they don't know how to like call it and create it. They could see it coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could see the trends.
Right.
They understand the nature. But
yeah,
can
like
they take something and make it hot? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
now the way
mean?
I kind of look at it, like they're in that business because they're not in the creative business. They're in the technical business. It's like, so that's partially why I struggle with the idea of like getting a label and stuff. It's like, how am I going to have someone who's not a creative tell me how to be creative and how to market creativity? It's like, that's
it's understanding, in my opinion. In my opinion, I feel like it's understanding that music is subjective. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I could take all of my music and take it to Hot 97, and not everybody's gonna vibe with it. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna blow up as soon as I get to Hot 97. So understanding that and knowing where to work your record, and you know what your music appeals to, like what type of people appeals to your music. I feel like as an artist is one of the biggest steps, because that's how you stop wasting money. If you're an independent artist, you don't have label budgets to throw at, you know, Facebook ads, you know, $20,000 for a couple weeks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have that type of money. So, you know, whatever your schedule is, whether it be $20 a day, $5 a day, $1 a day, you know, spending money on ads and stuff like that, you got to make sure it's set up correctly. Otherwise, you're just dumping money away. You're not even reaching the people that will appeal to you.
Right. Yeah, that's been a struggle for me, is like figuring out the marketing side as well. And like, do I go strictly into social media? Do I go into the Facebook ads? Do I go into what? And then, like you said, like you don't have the budget yet. Like you need that. Like
the biggest thing though, bro, like it's really just getting your feet wet. You know what I mean? Like literally just like praying to God and just literally spraying and praying. No, you know, you put some money on a campaign and you're like, I have a good feeling about this, or I want to target these people.
Right.
As you start going, you start learning. Okay, that wasn't a hit for this. Let me try this now. Let me switch this up. Let me go for only 18 to 25-year-olds. Let me switch up now from 25 to 35. You know what I mean? It's like a whole bunch that goes into where if you understand your target audience from being 18 to 25, now instead of having it all the way from 18 to 65, you're now zeroing in because everybody that likes your content is that age. You know what I mean? So it's one of the things that you got to pay attention to too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't dove into that world too much yet. It's really like that's that's what I need a team for sure, or at least just someone.
Well, many people think that, bro. You definitely could do it by yourself, bro. It's literally trial and error. You just gotta.
I didn't mean it like. Obviously, it's possible for me to do it. It's just something like that's the side. It's the same with like the technical side of music, like even making music. Like the technical side of things is not my strong suit. It's definitely like I'm working at getting better at it. But just figuring out the ins and outs of it all is like, there's so much to it. It's crazy.
Nah, I definitely feel that. How important is faith to you?
Faith, like spirituality and stuff.
Whatever you make it.
Yeah, I consider myself spiritual, not religious. I feel like religion is a little bit more of a human-made construct, and spirituality is more of a bigger than human concept. So I believe in God. I believe in I pray. I'm definitely consider myself a spiritual person. and I went to a religious school, so like I've been in that world as well. Um,
Dope.
yeah. So I've had many phases over the years of like in and out of religion, spirituality, all that stuff. But I feel like I've landed at a pretty good place now where I feel confident there's something out there and something working in my favor. Especially lately, things have been like strange, like super strange coincidences and synchronicities. And,
Oh, there's no such thing as that, bro. There's no coincidence.
oh, yeah, no, that's my point. Is like they seem at first like coincidences, but it's like the amount and like the frequency that they're happening at is like mind blowing to me, which is I agree, definitely not an actual coincidence. Just like
for sure.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Any books that you've read that changed your life?
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. That's like one of my favorites. I've actually read it 2 or 3 times now, and it's just like
by Napoleon Hill, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, amazing book. I've read quite a few books in that same vein, but something about that book just like sticks with me. And yeah, it's just more about like, it's not just about making money. It's like changing your mindset to attract everything. I feel like not just monetarily, but like love and relationships and spirituality, like all that stuff. I feel like it all kind of ties into that book really well. And yeah, it's an incredible book. I've read it.
Yeah, twice, I've had multiple guests say that, you know, that's a book that definitely changed their life. So if y'all hear this, man, y'all need to pick it up if y'all haven't already.
Pick it up.
If your second time hearing this book, that's a sign.
Yeah. No, for sure. I've heard multiple people who read it every year too, like once a year. That book, just to like.
Got to, man. Once you realize. Yep. Once you realize, you know, the effect something has on you, you know, it would be foolish to not use it to your advantage. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, and reading has been something I've always never done. And then recently I've been like just realizing the importance of it and like the knowledge you can gain from it. And
absolutely.
Yeah, the last couple of years have been like a huge growth journey. So like reading, working out, and like a million other things have been such a big part of that. Meditation.
That's amazing. Yeah. Meditation is something that I'm getting deep into now, and I'm just seeing how it affects my life, and it's amazing.
Super underrated. Yeah. Super underrated.
Yeah. Like, and it's one of those things you just gotta experience it. Once you get your feet wet and you understand it's a tool, you can't be stopped.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, and people misjudge it so much and think like, I'm just gonna sit there and shut my mind off. Like, what's the point? And it's not like that at all. It's like the point is to
that's
actually
the first
think
step.
Things. Yeah. Not even shutting your mind off though. It's like that's impossible. It's like it's like just sitting there and allowing thoughts to happen and not forcing them in or out or feeling a certain way about them. It's like if you really dive into what meditation is and you do it consistently, it's like guaranteed to change your life.
Yep.
Like 100%.
Yeah, I've heard this analogy of thoughts being like clouds passing by. You understand?
Yeah, I've heard it like traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
So like your daily life, you're sitting in traffic in your thoughts, and meditation is you sitting on the side of the road watching traffic. Like you just watch it go by, like don't like nothing. And
what sacrifices have you made to get where you are right now?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. So I went to school for business, and I was going to go into like just a general business kind of degree and job and everything, and just kind of live the comfortable life. And I think music is like the exact opposite. Everything about music is hectic and uncertain, and like you have to figure out every day, like what is your plan, how are you going to get to the next step,
sometimes multiple times.
Oh, for sure. And like you have to make money on the side to like fund all the things that you're trying to do with music, and it's like it's exhausting. It's not for everyone at all, and it's a hard life. Like it's been 4 or 5, 6 years now I've been like seriously making music, and I'm just now starting to see it turning into like a career, you know, like, but up until now, it's like, nothing's been happening. You go through years and years of like showing people your music and they don't like it, and showing like even you don't like it, and it's like just a crazy experience. So the whole journey, I feel like, has been a series of sacrifices, you know.
But you know, one thing that I'll say is going through that process of making music, showing your music to people not liking it, you still pick it back up, you still keep making music, you still in your soul just desire to do that. That's a sign in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sure.
Like, you definitely need to keep harnessing that, and if you choose to ignore it, you're gonna keep repeating certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
keep
it's
going
like
through certain situations that's unnecessary.
No, for sure. And it's been a particularly unique experience, I think, trying to do all of it, because like, I think my period for people not liking my music was a lot longer than the average person, because if you just want to be a singer, like, you can get to a decent level of singing pretty quickly, and then you just throw your voice on other people's beats and it probably sounds great, you know. But like, learning how to make not just learning how to sing, but learning how to make a good beat, learning how to mix it properly, learning how to do the proper vocal effects, learning how to make the entire thing sound pleasing to the ear is like a super struggle. That's why I say, like, it's been like up until just this year, really, I feel confident of like, I can make a radio hit in my bedroom. But for the 4, 5, 6 years leading up to this, it's been like, all of them are shots in the dark. It's like, will I ever get to make a radio hit in my bedroom? Will I ever, you know what I mean? Like, will I have to go to studios and spend thousands of dollars to do this and that? Will I have to, whatever. So it's just been a journey, and I wouldn't change it for anything. But it's just been a crazy journey. So
I feel like now in 2024, you know, a radio hit doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna make it big. You know, with things going viral and everything, I feel like quality is so subjective nowadays. You know, somebody may hear your mix that you spent in like years on, and you think it's perfect, and be like, "Oh, he didn't do this, or he should have did this." You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you just gotta go with it, man, and, you know, adjust.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, the fans will tell you if it's necessary. If they're like, "Oh, my ears, I don't want to hear this shit," you know, then fuck it. You know, you pay somebody else to do this shit. But if they're not complaining, then why would you do anything different? You know?
Right. I guess I just like, it's been interesting trying to like figure out how to. Oh, I had a thought and I just slipped.
It's all good, bro.
Yeah. Damn, where was I gonna go with that?
How did you get the 7 in your name?
7's always been a number of mine, so it's been my sports number all growing up.
Okay.
It's been, I don't know, it's just appeared in my life in like a lot of strange ways. I'm born in '97. It's just always been like a number kind of that's appeared in my life, and to this day, like, I see it. Like, I know obviously, like, when you're looking for a number, you see it more often, but it just seems to appear so frequently in my life. It's like I don't know. It's almost like a sign to me, I guess. So it just became part of my name. And then I've thought multiple times about changing it. But I don't know. I don't know if I will or not.
Yeah, just make sure you think about it, man. You know.
Yeah. I don't even know what the process is to change your name. If you can transfer all your music. Or whatever.
You can. You can.
Yeah.
It's a lot though.
But yeah. Like, I'm good with it right now, and I think it's
No, I think it's cool, man. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
And you know, like, it adds some kind of confusion to the name though too. I feel like Black, how he had like the 6 in his name. You know, people called him 6 Black.
Yep.
I feel like that maybe might happen with you at some point.
Yeah, I get people being like, "Is it N7CK or whatever?" Like, yeah. It is what it is. There's a lot of weird artist names out there, you know.
But that's cool, bro. You know what I mean? Like I always enjoyed when people would chop my name up, because then that correction, and then now they know how to say it.
Right. I think it does get you thinking about it a little bit more too, as opposed to just being just Nick or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's dope. What do you feel like is your biggest investment in music besides time?
Damn, you got good questions. So my biggest money investment has just been building the studio. I have UAD, this is nerdy music stuff, but I have UAD 6176, which is a preamp and compressor built into itself. That's like $3,000, I think. Got multiple mics. Like in all, I've put easily 10-15 grand into building the studio, probably. So yeah, I just had this like desire to make radio quality stuff, even if it's not a radio hit, that's like per se. Radio quality stuff from my bedroom has been like the biggest thing to me. That's actually kind of the point I was trying to get to earlier that I slipped on. But yeah, that's been like my biggest thing. It's just trying to get good quality out of my bedroom, which is like easier than it used to be now, but it's still a challenge, which like people I think don't realize. I think with all the auto tune and whatever you have now, you could just make any mic sound good and whatever. It's like it still takes a lot of time. I have a vocal booth I built here. I have to like shut off all my AC and everything when I'm recording, because it picks all the like everything. There's so many little things that people think about. Yeah, and I just sweat my ass off when I'm recording, but it is what it is. You know, it's like, so I found what works for me, and yeah, I just been building the studio. It's been really cool seeing it come together. But it is a lot of time and effort and everything.
100%, man. How do you deal with creative block?
I'm pretty fortunate in the sense that like, just because I can make my own beats, I can like sit on my computer and just cycle through stuff, and most of the time I'll just get inspired off like a random sound or random whatever. But my blocks come more in the form of writing, I guess. So like I can make beats all day long. It's more like finding a beat and then writing a song that matches it and picking the genre. So I guess, I don't know, I think my only creative block fix is just like time, like understanding that every day you're not going to make a hit, and that's okay. Like there's days you're going to sit at your computer and nothing's going to come of it, and you just have to learn to be okay with that.
It's that muscle memory.
Yeah, like you just have to learn to be okay with like not doing great every day musically, you know, like not every day is going to be a creative day. There's days I don't make music at all, and that's okay too. And yeah, I think just like understanding that a block is like, the more you try to force yourself out of a block, the more you're putting yourself in the block, I think. And just like, it's like the meditation metaphor we just used. It's like, if you let things just kind of go and you just like understand like, okay, I'm blocked today, but tomorrow maybe it'll be better, and just let it happen, things kind of just naturally open up better than if you're just like, oh, I'm blocked. How do I fix it? How do I do this? How do I do that? Whatever. Trying to force yourself out of it is like the worst thing you can do, I think. And just like understanding it's part of the process is kind of the fix in my opinion.
No, 100%, man. You know, and time heals all, you know. Sometimes you just got to get out of there, you know. Sometimes, you just got to do something different and live life a little bit.
That's true. Like traveling, or like for me, the gym is huge. Like I wouldn't be able to do any of the things I do without like having the gym, or like just having little things that like you go to that expend your excess energy. Like I think your creative energy and everything, like they all need to be released at some point. And so like going to the gym is important, and then I think everyone in the world should have a creative outlet of some kind. It doesn't have to be music, it can be art or drawing or whatever it is. Like that's energy that builds up in your body that I feel like you need to release at some point. And it's like an underrated skill to be able to try to figure out all the different types of energy you have and then release them individually in their respective ways. So that's been a big process of mine, is like, if I feel creatively blocked, I'll go release excess energy in other ways, or even artistically, I'll go draw or do something different that's still artistic but not music. And that alone can like help you get out of a block, I think.
That's fire, man. What would you say is one of the most memorable moments on your come up?
So this year I had my first show, which has been like the greatest thing ever. Like it was sort of put together by like my vocal coach. Actually, I had a vocal coach recently, and she helped orchestrate this thing. But it was the first time that I got to play for anyone. Like I've never even done karaoke, and then all of a sudden I'm in a room of probably 60, 70 people or so. That was like a house party vibe. And yeah, like never even done karaoke, and then all of a sudden I'm playing all of my original music for an hour in front of my friends and family and a bunch of strangers that came to this house party. So it was like the most surreal experience ever, because you just spend all this time in your room making music for all these years, and then all of a sudden you're up there on a stage and singing all these original songs, and you see people like visually having a good time and like enjoying the music and laughing and dancing, and like that, like I went home and just lost it. I was like, it was just a really profound moment for me. Yeah, I don't know, that's been like the biggest, that was like the moment I was like, okay, this is why I've been on this path for so long, and like that was the payoff, and like I can't wait for more of those payoffs. You know?
Absolutely, bro. I definitely would love to see it. If you have some footage, man, definitely send that over.
Oh, I got you. I got a little something on my Instagram, but I'm so bad at social media. I gotta start posting.
Do better, bro. Yeah, you gotta.
I know,
fans
for real.
That's
process,
bro.
That is my worst. That is
you
my
gotta
worst
see
thing.
that.
Yeah. I got a little snippet or something on there, but yeah, I'll send you some stuff, and I'll definitely start posting more stuff too.
100%.
Yeah.
What's some advice that you would tell your younger self?
That's a good question too. I think just like, I don't know, I wish I didn't beat myself up over trying to make what I'm making now sooner. Like just trusting the process more, and like understanding that, especially the route I'm trying to take, it's gonna take time. Like there's no way around it. It's gonna take time. And there was so many times I would just get in my car and like listen to a song I just made, and I'm like just frustrated or like broken by it, and then I would even put it down for a bit or whatever. And I think just like understanding that these things take time, and I think that's like the biggest thing, is just knowing that the outcome will happen if you keep putting in the work, but don't expect it before it's ready. Like, and that's the same thing how I feel about even this performance. Like if I had done this performance, if this performance thing got set up last year, I wouldn't have been ready for it. Like there's no question in my mind.
It might have had an adverse effect to you. Exactly.
It could have pushed me away from everything. But instead, like happening the way it did this year, like I was nervous as hell. Like of course I was so nervous, but as soon as I got up there, it just felt right. Like I felt like, and yeah, it just felt good. And like, I don't know, but performing for your family and friends is like, I think the hardest thing you could possibly do. Like I'd rather be in front of 10,000 strangers than just in an intimate room with your family and friends staring at you while you perform. Like, I think that's the scariest thing you could do. But like going from 0 to 100 like that, for me was, I don't know, it was everything. And just knowing that like it happened when it happened at the right time, I think is what I would tell my younger self. Like don't stress about the come up and the journey that it's gonna take to get there. Just let it happen when it happens.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
But hey man, I appreciate you clearing your schedule to, chat with us. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you, taking some time to chat with us. We're definitely gonna link. I'm gonna give you a call.
I bet. I appreciate
Is there anything else that you want to say before we get out of here?
That's it. Just go check out my music, please. Help me not struggle so hard on the marketing side just by sharing it a little bit. That'd be, if you like it. And yeah, just I appreciate you listening and appreciate you having me too.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Always, man.
Yes, sir. Hope we can do it again.
Yes, sir.